Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Tiger Steve Tech, and today I have with me some sort of PCI-branded PC, which looks like it's some sort of Pentium 3 machine, but that's actually not the case. Taking a look at this hardware tells me that the system was upgraded. The cooler uses an AMD-type mounting solution, and removing it reveals a 2009 AMD Athlon. The aftermarket Asus board has a SATA controller, which an 80GB Western Digital Caviar hard drive is connected to. This drive is actually one of the early SATA drives with both Molex and SATA power connectors. Interestingly, the SATA power cable is actually a Molex to SATA adapter. This system has two 2GB sticks of DDR2 RAM, which was manufactured by PNY. In 2009, 4GB of RAM was probably adequate for daily tasks. Plugged into one of the PCI slots is a TP-Link Wi-Fi adapter. Another slot is occupied by a USB expansion device. The 300-watt power supply appears to be original to the machine. It has 20-pin power and some AT power connectors from the days of the original PC. The system also has a label stating its original hardware configuration, which, like I suspected, was Pentium 3 based. For back I/O, we have PS2 mouse and keyboard ports, serial and parallel ports, a VGA port, 4 USB 2.0 ports, an Ethernet port, and onboard audio. The USB card provides 2 extra USB 2.0 ports. In the front, the legacy case offers little more than indicator LEDs and power and reset buttons. About to power on this PC for you guys to see. If you can't hear it, it's a little loud. So apparently it's got some sort of Windows installation on it. The date's all wrong. Or at least the time is. Okay, so it's locked with somebody's Hotmail account. Now, I'm not gonna go try to crack that. Probably couldn't if I wanted, even if I wanted to. But I'm not really the type of guy who would go around with, trying to crack other people's, passwords. As you can see here, the Wi-Fi card is working. Sophia Neri, I think she goes to my school. So I'm gonna restart this and go into Linux. So right now I'm going to go into the BIOS to try to check out the specs of this machine, see what that Athlon CPU is clocked at, and maybe look at some other stuff as well. So we are now in the BIOS. It's the Asus BIOS. The time is set all wrong. It is not 11 in the night right now when I'm filming it. I'm gonna go into the system information. It's an AMD Athlon 5200, which is a dual core. It's clocked at 2.3 gigahertz, and it has 4 gigabytes of RAM installed, which is good because that is exactly what I was expecting. Now I plugged in a Ubuntu USB, and obviously it's not gonna boot into that. I'm going to reboot it and try to get into that Ubuntu installation. So I finally got Ubuntu to boot. I actually had to pull the hard drive cable out, which is kind of concerning. Right now I'm just using the standard Ubuntu distro. Not even one of the flavors. I'm just using Ubuntu. Right now I'm booting into the live CD of Ubuntu, just to do some, I guess, playing around, if you'd call it that. I think Try Ubuntu is the one I want. And we're in. So this is Ubuntu 18.4. It's, at the time of this filming, I believe is the latest version of Ubuntu. Now, we've got a few options here on our, I guess I'd call it a taskbar. I'm gonna try to open up Firefox. Try to browse the web with this machine. And of course it's not connected to the Wi-Fi. So I did connect to the Wi-Fi, and I'm getting the Mozilla Firefox first launch welcome page. I'm gonna go to YouTube and try out videos, see if this thing performs well. Full screen playback of HD video at 1080p is kind of choppy, but this may just be the Wi-Fi lagging because of that one antenna single Wi-Fi card. So I'm gonna try this on Ethernet and see how much better it's gonna do. This is the same video on 1080p, except this time I'm playing it on Ethernet. And video performance and playback really isn't great this time either. So I guess it might just be a CPU problem, although I'm really not gonna go too much into this. This is one of those PCs which I picked up for the e-cycling thing, so right now I'm actually preparing it to be shipped off to some people, I don't know, but right now it's not really my job to look at really the video playback performance and stuff of this machine. With the main hard disk out of this system, or unplugged from this system, there's really not much I can do or play around with Ubuntu. But what I'm gonna do in the end is wipe the disk, install Ubuntu, and have this distributed. So basically that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. If you didn't like the video, please tell me why in the comments. You know, I'd just like to know what I could improve on next time. Yeah, I'm sorry about the shaky camera. I still haven't gotten a tripod yet, so I'll work on that. And in the meantime, basically, I'll just keep filming these videos without a tripod. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and see you next time.